Hello everyone, Malakith here and welcome back to Tyranny, the reading game. Hopefully we can get more characters soon because all of the party characters seem to be voice acted, which means less talking for me. We'll probably aim from the stream's perspective to get an hour and a half of Tyranny done. It's about all I can manage with the continuous talking before my enthusiasm and voice start disappearing. So you'll see Tyranny in little spats. It's not going to be one that I do mass recordings of like other games where I have 20 episodes queued up. So you'll see a couple a week at max, I would imagine, if you're watching this back later on YouTube. Now, someone mentioned in the comments previously some stuff about my inventory. I think it was the boots on Verse. Was saying that the boots I got rid of were not as good. Let's have a look. So the deflection on the one she's got equipped are better. The recovery is... The problem is 0.04 seconds. Is that good or bad? You know, is that 0.4 seconds longer to recover? Or is that a reduction? Yeah. Okay, so based on the colouring of the one on the right is blue for recovery, so you want recovery to be lower. I'd imagine deflection is how much you deflect the enemy's attacks. So we're trading a little bit of recovery for a little bit of deflection. So I wouldn't say they were worse. I'd say they're different. Right, she doesn't have a helmet. Let's give her one of those. There you go. So we got down here. Spear. That's a javelin, sorry, not spear. Nothing really else in there that's a benefit to her. Cool. Take what you can carry, but leave the cart, otherwise we seize you and your wares, I think that was. This is robbery. Let's get involved then. Present runner, which is part of the Disfavoured. Hail, Fatebinder. The Disfavoured scout nods at your approach. Camps on up ahead. Don't mind us, just clearing out the rabble. Sterling Hagnon, who is Lethian's Crossing. I still understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavoured lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll. She's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. Our options are, you're on disfavoured land. These warriors have every right to kill you. You should be more thankful that they're even listening to you speak. Or the Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack proper permits, your goods are forfeit. And this is none of my concern. Carry on. The top one seems a bit aggressive. Going, hey, look, there's laws. Follow the laws. You can carry on doing what you like. Seems, you know, a reasonable one to come across here. A trade permit? Well, how was I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? See, he's being reasonably reasonable about it. And then the runner says, not us and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. So then we have the same answer we've already got. Anything to be argued before Tunon may be argued before me, because I'm the Fatebinder. Or you'd best start making a strong argument as to why I should help you. We'll listen to the argument. There's no saying we'll agree with him. We lost favour with the Disfavoured. Oh no. What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel and... The warrior pauses, placing her hand in front of her mouth. The Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on the matter. Courtesy demands we listen. The soldier clears her throat, looking at you expectantly. This is a disfavoured matter, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around. Ooh, there's a lot of requirements we don't meet here. Okay, so his argument is, well, you could rob me now and have my supplies today, and the merchant grabs a flask from his cart, or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing draughts. Thirdly, any army will need those. He uncorks a small ceramic vial, and the aroma of cloves and lanolin assault your nose. So the options we can pick, I won't read out the other ones. These are essential goods to the war effort. We should leave the supplier intact. What a coincidence, your family recipe for wound paste smells just like the Scarlet Fury's own concoction. Where'd you steal this? Or, if the Disfavoured have reasons to question these items, I shall trust their judgment. We're going to go with the law one. You gained experience. I don't. The merchant tenses up, his face flushing red. I don't know what you're getting at. Ooh. So we can go with athletics. Pick him up by the collar. How stupid do you think I am? Or to the Disfavoured, I think this Tisman needs a little roughing up. Or you were right, kill this liar and share the proceeds with the Legion. I'm gonna go with athletics, just because I want to pick him up. Slow down, I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt me. Found most everything out in the forests of the valley. I'll keep my head low when I heard the sounds of combat, then I'll take a look and grab whatever wasn't claimed by the first victors. So you stole from the Disfavoured dead. How else did you get your hands on that iron? The scout points at the merchant's cart. You'd come here and sell us our own armaments. If anything has an owner, I will return it, but this iron would have turned to rust if left in the mud of the battlefield. The Disfavoured are few in number, is that not right? You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. He's a squirmy one, isn't he? Right, you may trade your wares freely, but lie again and I'd have you killed. The Disfavoured will tolerate your presence, but you will pay them handsomely for such charity. Leave this cart as a gift for Graven Ash, and leave, never come back. Or you stole from the Archons and then wish to sell it back, your life ends here. Or now I'm not sure what to pick. I mean, getting supplies back, probably quite good. The whole never come back, he could go anywhere and do what he likes. Definitely don't want the top one. I'm going to go with the second one. It was between the second one or the last one, but if he wants to go around scavenge goods and then give a lot of them back, that seems a better option, even if he does sell some to keep himself alive. We will. This favoured soldier clears her throat with a cough before repeating herself in a more upbeat manner. We will. It sickens me to make exceptions for this vulture, but if you'll supply the Disfavoured without profit, perhaps this indiscretion is for the best. It's not like our larders are overflowing. A work slave to scrounge provisions would be an asset. Thank you for interceding on my behalf. I know my life will now depend on showing the Disfavoured due gratitude for suffering my presence. If I must grovel a bit to earn my daily grain, so be it. Yeah, you will. And apparently there's some weird spores stuff coming off of me. Ah, level up. Okay, level up. With each level you increase one of your character's attributes. Might, finesse, quickness, wits, vitality, or resolve. Each of these attributes provides benefits to your character as well as increases to one or more skills. Increasing an attribute costs 1 point until the attribute score reaches 19. To raise an attribute score from 19 to 20 requires 2. Okay. So these were the two that we were kind of focusing on. One for my spells, one for the bashing people over the head with the giant sword. I'm thinking the giant sword is probably going to be my primary source of, interceding on people. So we'll probably go with that one. But I just want to have a look at some of these others. Ability and spell cooldown, accuracy, bonus health. Tankiness isn't necessarily a bad thing. What's her health? She's 105 and we're 110. Not 110, 110. We'll go with strength. Whatever they wish to call it. Might, yes. And then we got some talent points. So, can't go down leadership because it requires level 3. What have we got? Aggressive stance that focuses on rapid strikes to overwhelm the opponents. Aggressive stance focuses on powerful strikes that penetrates a foe's armor. Powerful palm strike to the chest, interrupting them, pushing them back, and silencing them from spell casting. Or adds armor penetration to the thrust ability, increases accuracy. The middle one, powerful overhead attack that reduces the target's armor. I'm going to go with Mighty Stance. We're using a two-handed weapon. It's not really ever going to be a quick attack thing. It's next. Two-handed Mastery 1. Stun effect to your Sunder ability. Or Unarmed Mastery. Well, we're not a monk. Right.
Right.
Oh. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voices of Narat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? So we've got a lot of options here. I'm here to deliver an edict from Kairos. We can lie and say I'm actually tallying the expense of the siege. I have nothing to tell you. Why so suspicious? What else have the voices of Narat told you? Something we can't pick because our subterfuge isn't good enough? Or enough of this, I must meet with the Archons. Now, he quite likes me. 81... Oh no. 81% to tier 1 from 0. I guess she's allowed some dislike as well then. I'm going to go with the truth. Yeah, we got some loyalty. She's going to stick around. We kind of want her, you know, on side. So that makes a crazy kind of sense. Considering how long the siege has taxed the armies, I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? I'm going to go with that is not for you to know. If you're telling the truth, I suppose I'll hear it soon enough anyway. Nods to herself. I'm going to go ask what else have the voices of Narat told you. Only that I would find you in Edgering Ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of the crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matani River. Laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. Right, really ought to be meeting with the Archons. One last thing, be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously and most have suffered too many blows to the head. Now is it tab for? Just have a quick check around outside in case there's any loot hiding around. We can sneak round the camp, okay. Humble grave lies before you. A battered sword has been used as a marker, the initial B deeply engraved in the
grave
iron.
for the Archon's son, Brennix. We don't bother with funeral rites in the chorus. No point in thanking conscripts for their duty.
Where does that go? Oh. Nowhere. Well, everywhere, but out, basically. Have a quick check down this way. Ooh, what we got here? Wood used for these parapets is pristine and finely cut. These walls have yet to see any battle. These spears are uniform in their quality and craftsmanship, that we can magically see through the wall, apparently. Alright, monkeys, let me in. Bone shield, well look at you. Our gatecrasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chestplate and salute. Welcome to Disfavoured camp. Always happy to have an honoured ally pay us a visit. Salute, Graven Ash protects. Gain favour. Nice. An honour to have you in the camp, Fatebinder. Sorry in advance for all the arguments your presence will bring out. Hopefully it won't be like back in Stalwart with the chorus trying to claim our work slaves, just because they can't win a battle without crippling losses. Uh-oh, Verse is getting involved. Fatebinder, I think this misguided little shit just insulted my brothers and sisters. In my book, that's a dispute between the armies. Are you going to stand for that? Oh dear. What would Pitfighter get? You're gonna make him rumble. So do we side with Verse or the Disfavoured? No harm done, Verse. Stand down. In favour of the Disfavoured and fear with Verse. That's not good. We're going both routes with her. None to you maybe, but word of mouth and one standing are important in the army. A cocky guard who doesn't know his business can do as much damage as a pitchfork to the guts. I thought you would have had that figured out by now. I have got it figured out. I just don't agree with you. Go on in, the soldier gestures towards the gate. The Archons are expecting you. You'll find them in the war tent centre. A lot of people we can talk with. Let's have a chat with Pentibor. Hail to you, guardian of the law. The man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. You know that if the Disfavoured suffer a merchant in their camp, that must be a man selling only the finest provisions and armaments. Points at the collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look. See if anything interests you. Wow, we don't have many of the options available. My lord father is familiar with trade. Might I inspect your stock, noble sire? He hesitates, then corrects with a welcoming smile of course, by all means, I have nothing to hide. Makes a show of removing a crate lid and showing off his wares with an open palm. His suppliers are all perfectly ordinary. You see nothing out of place or unauthorized by his mercantile license. So everything's in order here. We can try and steal something. Or smells like pet grass in here. You've been selling something you shouldn't, but that's a lie. We'll just go with everything's in order. I'm glad to hear it. There isn't a temptation in the world that would steer me from the good favour of Tunon or Kairos. Let's have a look what he's selling now then. Maybe we can get rid of some stuff. Don't we want? Possibly don't want that javelin. Neither of my characters are using a shield. I mean, we may find someone else later, but hopefully there'll be more than just one common quality shield in the entire game. A head wrap. Fish. My old bronze greatsword. Yep. Now, what does he have? That's what I was hoping to find, a sigil. Although, didn't we already buy a sigil of frost? I need to check that. We'll just trade for now, and then I'll go have a look at my sigils. If I remember where they are. Sigil. Oh no, we got lightning. Come here. I will take that, please. Thank you. And then we will learn it and see what spells we get. Frozen Grasp. Envelop a target in harsh winter cold, leaving them frozen for a time. Frozen reduces their move speed, animation speed, and crush armor. She gained law +1. Alright, what's Rona got to say? Got no time to chitter, too much armor to mend. Speak to Uncle Pentibor if you've rings to trade. The bitter quip. He is Scarlet Chorus. Glory to the voices of Narat. Projecting his salutation for all to hear, the grinning blood chanter raps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebinder Malakith Skadi, I presume. His smile quickly retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. And bitter quip. I'm here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. I'm guessing this was the one that showed up to help us fight. He looks at you impatiently. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus? The chorus is the future of the tiers. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. Bitterquip looks at you with a raised eyebrow. What in particular would you like to know? Tell me about the voices of Narat. He is Supreme Commander and Public Servant. He who sets us free but directs all. Bitterquip smiles as he talks, his face turning flush. The voices of Narat is the epitome of what each of us can be, a magician without equal and the leader of uncountable numbers. Yeah, alright. I'm done with talking with you. You got nothing but propaganda to say? That chest is locked, so is that. Looks like we can open them, but possibly get done for stealing. Give it a try. That one's right next to somebody. I'm not going to risk that. I don't know how the game deals with the thievery. Alright, we've got Lucia and Marcus. I'm Lucia, this is Marcus. This favoured soldier points to the armoured man next to her, and you must be the Fatebinder. Such a great name. Whoever came up with that. From under her helmet, you hear an audible scoff. We've been assigned to the babies. Assigned to your hospitality, Marcus quickly interjects. While you remain on disfavoured ground, if you need a place to rest, we can make the necessary preparations. What can we do for you? And 3 of the options are gone, and none of the others are special either. Great. So they can tell me about themselves. How have your skills fared in battle against the Oathbreakers? To like serving the disfavoured, or we could ask them for some training. I'll go with this one and then try the training. Every battle is a reminder of the Legion's superiority. The Oathbreakers have plenty of heart, but nothing to beat our northern values and Graven Ash's love. And that's come in because we're a favour one with them. If you ever want to enjoy that feeling, I can spare you the time of day to cross iron. Go on then, we'd like some training. Of course, Fatebinder. Oh nice, we can actually just pay for training. So he does one hand, 2 hands, and parry. What does she do? He does thrown weapons, dodge, and athletics. I mean, let's just train one and see what it does. It does do a whole level. Okay, good to know. I was wondering whether it only did a segment of the bar.
Here?
Archons await you inside.